right?
Well, depends. Do you have a lawful reason to be at the airport?
Absolutely.
Ticket to fly.
I don't need that. I'm working on a news story. This is a lawful.
You do need a ticket to fly if you're here at the airport.
I'm working on a news story.
Listen.
Oh, so you're gonna kick me out now for not having this?
You think I'm gonna go around recording the cops with an open container?
I'm not sure.
Bugging.
I observed what appeared to be a Corona in your hand.
Appears to be. At least you investigated. He would have just kept asking me for ID.
Today, we're looking at two intense ID refusal and First Amendment audit encounters. One at Portland International Airport in Oregon, and another involving a police officer who demanded ID after assuming a man was drinking alcohol in public. In both cases, the conflict began with a simple question: do I have to identify myself? These officers may have pushed the situation further than necessary, and the tension quickly escalated when citizens challenged their authority. Today's footage comes from dedicated constitutional auditors who continue educating the public about civil rights and government accountability. Be sure to subscribe to the original creators linked below, follow their work, and tell them that ID Refusal Rights sent you. We support civil liberties and the right to know your rights. Stay until the end, because you're guaranteed to learn something new, and you'll probably have a strong opinion about what happened.
Have you filming back behind here and the computer stuff. If you want to film the airport, take pictures and stuff, that's fine. You just can't do it behind the ticket counter, okay?
Under what law?
Under what they have privacy of customers.
What
there.
law?
The law is that you can't film people's private information.
Well, that's not a law.
Gotcha.
Can I get you?
It's a rule of the airport because they don't want you to do that.
I have the rules from the airport say that I can film here,
Yeah.
and there's no law that says that I can't film anyone's.
Nicely to please stop.
I'm being nice.
49 CFR 1520.5.
That's not a law. That's not a law. There's a public. This is. It's. Look, man. Look, man. You signed up to do the right thing, right? You're a police officer, correct? First Amendment, freedom of the press. We have over 100 million people that have tuned into our platform. You want to go ahead and violate my rights? Be my guest. Your attempt. No. You would be willing to touch me. That's why you signed up for this job, didn't you? Okay. So, with that being said, don't interfere with my First Amendment. I'm not interfering with this right here. I can, if they want private, if they want
you to leave or to stop.
I have the right to. I have the right to film.
But a port ordinance also says you cannot interfere with airport operations.
I'm not. I'm filming. Filming it cannot be considered interfering with that.
don't feel like
Call
they
your
can do
supervisor.
their job.
Call your supervisor. You don't know what you're talking about.
The officer's concern sounds reasonable at first, but notice what happens when the auditor asks a simple question: under what law? The conversation immediately shifts from policy to legal authority. Under the First Amendment, recording in publicly accessible areas is generally protected activity. Courts have repeatedly distinguished between a business policy and an enforceable law, and that distinction becomes critical in encounters like this.
453 to
That's disrespectful.
It's breach of precedent.
I don't know, bro. It's your job to secure people's information. If people can see it from a public area, then you're a violation of people's information, not me. I'm in a public area. I'm not talking to y'all. I'm not here protesting you guys who are actually landing airplanes upside down. That's a crime. Landing airplanes upside down is a crime. So I'm not. So I don't want to speak to them. I don't want to speak to you. I'm here working on my story, so I want to be left alone. The press has the right to be here. I don't have to provide any ID, any information. I have the right to be here, sir. So don't come over here with your fake laws, all right? Because there's no ordinance that says that I can't film in a public area.
That's not what I said.
So why are you talking about ordinances that have nothing to do with this?
There's a port ordinance for interfering with airport operations.
Absolutely.
These
And video
folks do not
recording,
feel like they
video
can do this?
recording, that doesn't apply to that.
Are you going to let me finish
Because you're giving me wrong orders.
Okay.
That
Well, my
doesn't.
supervisor will be here.
Okay.
Like you asked for,
Good.
so he'll be able to explain.
Good. And hopefully they come with the law and paper, that says, oh, no filming at the airport in public areas, public airport. Then I'll be more than glad to leave. You have a job to do. I have a job to do. My job is not to interfere with you, with them. Your job is not to interfere with my job. That's for sure, because I'm paying taxes on these videos. All right. And their job is definitely not to interfere with me at all, whatsoever. So if anyone is interfering here, It's you guys. You see, they're interfering with me.
This was your job. I guess, like, what would the job entail?
Freedom of the press. I'm working on a news story. I don't have to discuss my day with anyone. So if you went to school,
What type of story is it?
I don't have to discuss that. That's what.
Just having a conversation.
And I'm not yelling either. I'm not hostile either. I'm more than friendly. The thing is that the reality is that the police is here because somebody doesn't know that we have the First Amendment to video recording in a public area. And now we're here with police officers who also believe that video recording is interference with airport policy.
We came to have a conversation because we got called here.
I mean, that's what your job is to do. Your job is to you get called and then you show up, and the first thing that you have to do is protect our rights, not violate them. Sure. So my right is to work on my news story right here, which I have the right to. Do what you're supposed to do. Tell them we're in a public area, and I'm not gonna disrespect you or them. I have nothing against them. I'm working on my news story, and I have the right to. So.
We get you. Our supervisor's on his way. So
Okay.
We'll come talk to you, okay?
Was part of the news story, I think I caught a little piece of it, was to make sure that obviously the information is protected, and so that if you can see it from a public view, then it's not necessarily as protected as most
It's like
people
HIPAA.
think.
It's like HIPAA law.
Yeah.
So the HIPAA law, you know about the HIPAA law, right? So medical information, I can't violate HIPAA law. They can. Let's say this was a medical counter, and those are medical computers. Yeah. If I can see any information from here, they are in violation of the HIPAA law because they're supposed to secure that. So if they have a promise to their customers that they are going to protect their information, they have to secure that. So my rights don't end where people's feelings start. You know what I'm saying? So I know you're a good cop, and I know you're a good cop. You didn't sign up to do the wrong thing. I don't think you would. But the reason we do these type of audits is because we know there's a problem. You see, I came over here because I knew for a fact these people will have a problem with my video recording, and I know for a fact that you guys will have a problem with my video recording. Probably not all the time. Police, I've gone viral hundreds of times for positive, great things and standing up for good, highlighting the good and exposing the bad. So I don't hate the police. I don't hate the airport. I don't hate the government. But you guys have to love and respect our rights as much as I do.
Right.
So
people filming the airport, I was just trying to understand, like I said, I only caught a portion of what you said. So I was just trying to make sure that I understood it.
So I'm working on a news story. There's no way that I could be removed from here, especially from people who land airplanes upside down. When they did that the other day, didn't you guys have news people here? Now you're gonna tell me they have badges and they have press passes. We have freedom of the press.
I didn't work that day, so I don't know what happened.
Well, I'm sure you heard about it, sir. I'm working on a news story about these people. These people, they don't have the best service. So when it comes, they don't have the best pilots. Never in my life I've seen somebody landing a plane the way they did, first of all. Second of all, they don't have the best customer service when it comes to respecting public photography. This is a public airport. I did my research before I came over here. I can't go to certain places where there's I can't go to Walmart and do this because it's a private place. I know my boundaries. So we shouldn't need your supervisor. You can cancel your supervisor, and if we came to an understanding, because you know I'm non-violent, I'm not a threat, I'm not here to cause problems, so I shouldn't be like requested anything when it comes to my right to work on my story right here quietly. I don't want to talk to nobody.
It's part of our policy. You requested a supervisor, he has to arrive. You're more than welcome to send him off if you want.
Good. I have the right to film. So they were concerned about video recording the monitors, which that's not in my interest at all, first of all. So they're concerned about me getting anyone's personal information. I'm not here to do that, but if they're really so concerned about people's information, they should actually protect it and like the promise that they have to their customers.
Why did you need me here, sir?
Because we may have, I think these officers are great guys, but we may have had like a little misunderstanding, but I think we got it, right? I mean, you guys are not going to interfere with my right to work on my story quietly right here just because they don't like to be filmed. I mean, they're the ones landing airplanes upside down. So, and as I can see right now, they really don't respect the First Amendment when it comes to freedom of the press. We don't need press passes. I don't need a pound of makeup and a $10,000 camera to reach thousands and thousands and thousands of people. This is a new era, and mostly everyone goes to the internet now for their news. You know, and what better than an actual video of the Port of Portland police standing up for our rights in front of our viewers, which they love to call and praise good cops. And whenever something is unfair is going on, they also voice their concerns, because it's concerning when police officers violate our rights, especially freedom of the press. But I know you, Sergeant, you're a good leader, and you're Sergeant Brenner from the Portland Police over here. That's not going to be happening over here, right?
Well, depends. Do you have a lawful reason to be at the airport? Do you
Absolutely.
have a ticket to fly?
I don't need that. I'm working on a news story. This is a lawful.
You do need a ticket to fly if you're here at the airport.
I'm working on a news
So,
story.
listen.
Oh, so you're gonna kick me out now for not having a
We're
ticket?
going to ask you to leave first. and
Okay.
then we're going to make you.
So what about our rights?
Listen to me very carefully.
Okay.
The Port of Portland has rules against creating a disturbance
Who's creating
that
a disturbance?
interferes with the operation of the airport.
You're a tyrant. You're a tyrant.
You are welcome
You're a
to
tyrant.
leave.
Who's your supervisor? What's his name? What's the captain's name?
Lieutenant Patuk.
Lieutenant. Is he here right now?
He is not.
Okay.
It's the
So
weekend.
so who's in charge right now?
I am in charge right now.
You're a tyrant. You're the wrong guy to be in
You're
charge.
welcome to leave the airport. or
So I'm
we
being
can-
told to leave because of
Yes.
my First Amendment right
You
to
do not
work.
have a ticket to fly. There are rules.
Do
for
I have
Portland
certain? Okay. So what if I want to
International
fly right now?
Airport. In order to, if you can purchase a ticket,
Do I have a time frame in order to buy that ticket from you, tyrant officer?
You actually have to have a ticket.
How
to
much
be in
time
the
do I
airport.
need to buy my ticket before I get kicked out?
I'm not going to keep arguing with you.
I'm asking you a legit question.
I'm telling you, if you do not have a ticket to fly, you do not have a legit reason to be at the airport.
I
and
do. I'm
therefore
working on a news-
asking you to leave.
I'm working on a news story, sir. I'm not breaking.
The tension peaks when the supervisor introduces a new standard, having a ticket to fly. Watch how the discussion shifts away from recording and toward the auditor's mere presence in the airport. Under American constitutional principles, restrictions on access to public property must generally be tied to lawful rules applied consistently, not simply disagreement with protected speech. The question is no longer about filming. It becomes a question about whether government authority is being exercised fairly and lawfully.
Any law, but I'm gonna go ahead and leave. Is this a lawful
Thank you.
order?
I appreciate it. It is a lawful order.
You're breaking the law. This is this is illegal. What you're doing.
I appreciate
I'm gonna
your
go speak to you.
cooperation.
I'm not cooperating with you.
Thank you.
I don't want to go to jail. But you're
I'm
a
not taking anyone to jail. I'm
fuck
asking
you.
to leave the airport.
Fuck you. Here we go.
How are you doing? Officer Swingle.
In the first encounter, officers struggled to explain why a journalist should be removed from a public airport. But what happens when police don't just misunderstand your rights? They misidentify the situation entirely. In our next video, a simple bottle triggers an ID demand, and one officer learns the hard way why assumptions can turn a routine encounter into an embarrassing mistake. If you're not satisfied with how the officers handled the situation, leave a letter R in the comments. Every R helps show public support for accountability, professionalism, and respect for civil rights.
I didn't hear you. What you said?
You have a beer in your hand. That's an open container. Give me your ID.
For what?
You have an open container
Of what?
of alcohol.
I don't drink alcohol.
So what is that?
You should have investigated before you made contact.
Okay, what is that then?
I don't answer questions.
It looks like a Corona.
Can I get your card? It is a Corona. Can I get your cards?
Problem.
You don't investigate before you make contact?
You have a beer in your hand.
Okay, what kind of beer?
It says a Corona.
What kind of Corona?
I'm not sure. That's why I came
Oh,
to
you should have
investigate.
investigated, yeah.
Okay, here you go.
A bottle, a quick assumption, an immediate demand for identification. Watch how the officer moves from suspicion to enforcement before confirming what is actually inside the container. Under the Fourth Amendment, police interactions often depend on whether there is an objectively reasonable basis for the investigation. Sometimes, the most important part of an encounter is not what the officer sees, but what the officer fails to verify.
Thank you. Thank you. Is the stop over?
Let me see what you have in your hand.
No, I'm okay. I don't work for the police department, so I'm not going to help you with your investigation. You should have investigated thoroughly before you made contact.
Do you have ID?
I don't, for what crime or violation?
You have an open container in your
Of
hand.
what?
Of alcohol. You
What
have
kind of
a Corona
alcohol?
in your hand.
Good investigation, officer.
Okay.
All You think I'm gonna go around recording the cops with an open container?
I'm not sure.
Bugging.
I observed what appeared to be a Corona in your hand.
Appears to be. At least you investigated. He would have just kept asking me for ID. I'm drinking it out in the open.
Yeah.
Yeah, so why didn't you look?
I saw Corona
Uh-huh.
in your hand.
Corona what?
That is what appears to be an open container of alcohol.
And I told you I don't drink alcohol.
Okay.
So that was me helping you with your investigation.
On further investigation, my partner and witness.
She did. You didn't, though.
Exactly. That's why I said my partner.
Yeah. Good job. Good job. Proud of you.
The atmosphere changes instantly. What began as an apparent open container investigation now faces a simple problem. The facts no longer support the original suspicion. Notice how the conversation shifts from demands to explanations. Under the Fourth Amendment, continued enforcement actions become harder to justify when the underlying basis for suspicion disappears. In moments like this,
Good job. Proud of you.
not assumptions determine
I can stay in here all day and watch you. Yeah. Yeah. You know it's the law, right? You know it's the law? The Right to Record Act? That's statewide. Yeah?
I didn't say anything about the recording. That's totally fine.
I just wish you would have investigated better before you made contact. God bless you. Stay safe, all right? You need help? You good? You need help crossing the street? Okay. All right. Let's go check out this car over here. See if they know how to investigate.
Don't be feeling me either. Come on.
How dare you? How dare you?
Get out of here. Come on.
Nah, I'm okay.
Stop there.
Nah, I'm okay.
Yo.
You'll be leaving before I do.
What? What?
Yo, don't point that at me. Dump that beer out.
No.
Dump it out. You can't drink in public.
Stop it. Break contact.
Listen, you can't.
She knows me already. Get the fuck out of here.
Yo.
Get out of my face. Yo, are you serious?
Get out of
Give me
here.
a fucking card. No,
Get out
I'm
of
good. I'm gonna be here all day. As long as you're here, I'm here.
Get out of here.
Give me a fucking card. Now.
curse at me. Don't
Give me a
curse at
fucking
me.
card now.
Don't curse at
Give
me.
me a fucking card, public servant. Now. Give me a card or you're breaking the law. Asshole. You above the law? Yeah, drive a shame, piece of shit. Suck my fucking dick.
Whether it was a citizen challenged for recording in a public airport or a man asked for ID based on a mistaken assumption, both stories remind us of something important. Rights mean very little if people don't know they have them. Knowledge is often the difference between compliance and confidence, between assumptions and facts, between authority and accountability. If you're not satisfied with how the officers handled these situations, leave the letter R in the comments. Every R helps show that our community values professionalism, accountability, and respect for constitutional rights. And if you've ever been asked for ID when you believed you did nothing wrong, share your experience below. Your story might help someone else understand their rights before they need them. Like the video, subscribe, and join a growing community of people who believe that peaceful knowledge is more powerful than intimidation. Remember, you don't need to stay silent. You need to understand the law. In this country, freedom is not something you ask permission to use. This is ID refusal right, where knowledge is protection, accountability matters, and civil rights remain our strongest defense. We'll see you in the next one.